Okay, hey guys. I just wanted to do a tutorial on, or at least capture what I'm doing when I go and make a federated model, because this is going to be, well, this was a similar process to what I did when I made the first project file that I then distributed out to you guys. So yeah, I mean, this is just going to be showing you guys some of that process about um, bringing in those coordinates, bringing that coordinate data from a DWG. You guys won't necessarily have to do this, but I'm just recording it for the sake of, I don't know, maybe showing you guys a bit of background stuff. However, in the later part of this, when I actually start bringing in your models into this, you're gonna see like they will function just like the point clouds, how you bring those in. So actually what I think we're going to do a bit later on is I'm going to get you to put in some of your neighbors models, just so you can help coordinate with each other and you can see what your neighbor is doing. And I think that'll, I don't know, maybe make some of our wall joints a little bit better and more coordinated in the federated model. So let's start out with a new project. Going to go here, change that to an architectural template. And I don't know how some of you guys managed to do it, but some of you guys managed to switch it over to a project template. That's a whole different beast. That's if you want to make like a starting setup for each of your projects. That's, you might edit some stuff in there. Yeah, but if we're doing that, that's we're making that project file, and that's like a new project. So that's the space that we want to be in. Those of you who did end up sending me template files, don't worry. We found a way to like bring that back. Actually bring your work out of the template file into the project. So it's not a biggie, but let's get that one started. Okay, cool. So here we are, just on our opening view. Straight away, just gonna go straight to a link. Oh wait, actually before I do that, I'm gonna go to site. Site is the default view. See how the difference between level 1 and site is that you can see the project base point and project survey point. Those are important when it comes to setting up the coordinate system inside. You will see why. But yeah, see how they're not there in the level 1. That's just a matter of it being turned off inside the graphical override by default. If you look in modeling categories here, you see under site that survey point and project base point are just turned off. That's because you really don't want to move one of them by accident or something. It's not an ideal situation. So yeah, always have them pinned, so whenever you're not going to move them by accident. Yeah, so where was I? Go back to links. Oh, we don't want that yet. We want CAD formats. Now where did I put my stuff? Here we go. Yeah, that's the one that we want. And we're going to bring it in with origin to internal origin. We're going to preserve that. We're going to change this setting here to meters, just because surveyors work in meters. It's just a weird thing that they do. I'm going to do it in current view only, just because we want to keep it in that site view. Unless this is, No, we're going to do that. Wait, did I? Sorry, let me... Oh, it was in sight. Sorry, that was just... Got a little confused with that. Okay, back to it. Turn on origin, preserve, meta, current view only. We're not going to do that. Okay, let's see. Yep, that should be all loaded. I'm going to use that tool to fit. Now it's just a matter of finding this thing. That was the allowing links to be selectable. Let's see. Maybe it came in pinned by default. No, that's odd. Oh. It's not in there anymore. I must have forgot to hit OK or something. Oh, okay, there we go. Here it is. This flew off screen a little bit. Yeah, great. So that's what we want. Looks to be about the right scale as well, which is good. We would notice if it was looking a little bit small, just because if it was millimeters, it would be tiny. So actually, no, let me pin that back. Getting close enough, you'll see that these are all the survey points, and they correspond back to that README file that was somewhere here recently. Yep, that's the one. So let me actually, I should really keep that in my folder here. So if we have that open for later, we can reference just to make sure that those are going to be in the right place. So let's hit that, and this is where it gets exciting, because now if we go to manage, we go into this tab here, project location. We want to go into this one and hit acquire coordinates. So what that's going to do is it actually changes or it brings establishes the coordinate system inside Revit. So if we go back to this project base point now, let's filter out for project base point. We can see it's got these real world coordinates in there, but they're still all the way down here away from that model, from that CAD file. So basically what we're going to do now is drag both the survey point and the project base point up onto one of these and basically just cross-reference it against the point that we know for this. So that's a little bit arduous. You kind of want to do it without breaking stuff. So what I'll do is I'll turn off my grids and those pesky elevations as well. Clear up some of that space there. So I'm going to move my survey point first, and you do have to unclip it. I'm going to use MV to move it, or the move tool. I'm just going to drop it on one of these. It's 105. Some of these points are more highly accurate than the others. I'm going to go with the targets because if we go back here, that's a series. Oh, okay. I don't know, some of you might remember I talked about some of the survey points. They have a hierarchy of how accurate they actually are, or how high that accuracy is regarded. Things like a nail, which is literally just a nail in the ground. That's kind of one of the lower accuracy ones. But I believe things like the pins are like highly accurate, and they're actually underground inside like a little, not like a manhole, but like a little metal lid that you pull out. So they're protected, and I think they're one of the higher order ones. But yeah, I'll move that up here. You can see I've got those coordinates up in there now. They've changed, so I'll just check, what is that, 232? That is looking completely wrong. Let's see. I'm just going to move it to there. Yeah, see how the east-westing is correct, but that value is that literally double? Why would it be double? No, not quite. No. Yeah, let me see if I can figure that out. I'll just pause the recording for now and pick it back up. All right, guys, so I found the DWG. This is a classic example of things just jumping, and then when you actually zoom out a lot and they're kilometers apart in the real world space, that actually pretty much equates to the same kind of scale in Revit as well. So you can see at this point, my survey marker and my project base point have stayed the exact same size, but I've zoomed out so far that the CAD file has just completely disappeared. So it's a little bit of a mission to find it, but I've managed to find it and bring my survey point down there now. So what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to pin that survey point because I don't want that to move. Because now, yeah, that's telling me exactly where the CAD file is. Okay, but now what we're going to do is we're going to move the whole origin point of the file over here as well. And so this kind of acts as like, if you don't put a coordinate system in Revit, it's kind of like the 0, 0 of your file. So we'll go in the Manage tab, and instead of actually moving this one, you want to relocate project. This is the one that allows you to move this one. It's actually going to bring the project right with you. So I'm just going to drop it actually right on top of the survey point there. If you ever do move something in that manner, and you've got a completely white screen, you always can go to this guy up here. That's going to bring you back and zoom on to everything. For some reason that seems to be, what are we looking at? Everything should just be in that little spot, which seems odd. Okay. So that didn't quite exactly land exactly where I wanted it to. So let's do the same thing again and relocate project. I'll grab that and I want to drop it onto the center of that survey point. Hitting this button again. For some reason it's really zooming out. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. But yeah, no, here we go. Oh yeah, no, I see what happened. Because when you move the element, I had a detail line that was somewhere on there. So I've got something down here. What is it? It's a line. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, see now it's a bit more normal. Okay, cool. So now if I actually go back and reference 232 and this one, and I select either my project base point or my survey point, 232, those coordinates should be lining up, right? Yep, the decimal point is just in a different spot. It's not quite there, is it? I don't know why I've butchered this so much. Sorry, guys. I swear it was a lot cleaner the first time. There's really something weird with the CAD file going on here. Let's say, for example, if I turn it off. Another tool you have at your disposal is spot coordinate. Like I will tell you your coordinates at a specific point that you've specified. So that's 0.121. 121 is, yeah, no, 121 is correct. And yeah, no, that's also correct. Let's see. If you do this with 2 points, usually means you're in a pretty good spot because that means you've got the right scale. 213. Yep. No, that all looks right. Okay, so the issue that we're having is just not able to get the survey point to sit exactly on that intersection. So you're getting that little discrepancy in the coordinates there. But what I'll do is I'll actually just move it over. Oh, I see, it's pinned. Gonna unpin that. Move button, select that middle, and I'm actually just gonna drop it on. There we go. So now, if I look at it, I'm gonna use that 1-to-1 point, and yep, 103. That one ending in, so 1-to-1. 037, yep, no, okay, good. Okay, so that's more like it. For some reason I just can't snap on to 232. So again, what we're gonna go and do is relocate that project. Grabbing the center of it, and I'm just dropping it on, hitting tab if I can't, and just cycling through that process. Cool, there we go. Zoomed in, let's see if we move that, if there's any stray points now. Nope, I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, so once the site's done, make sure you, oh, not that one, oh crap. What we're gonna do is turn off the grids, base point, and we're gonna make sure that's clipped back together again. The clip's kind of just like call it more of like a safety pin for that one. It keeps it attached to the project origin point, or it just means you can't move it at all. It's basically there just to stop you moving it by accident. Okay, but this essentially gives us the basis for a properly referenced file. So now we can see if we go into manage links and add a point cloud, let's put front area in. What did I do wrong there? I didn't bring it in by shared coordinates. So that's the important one, guys. We've established the coordinates, so use that system, and that'll bring it into the right space. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Ah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. There it is. And if we had the point of reference that, or the reference document that Malcolm gave us with a site plan and the approximate location of all of these points, you could go back through that and just double check to make sure everything's in the right place. But just judging on by the results that we've got here, and having done it last time, I can pretty confidently say that it's looking all right. Yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much all I did to set up that project file. Then at this point, I went and changed the orientation to true north, and I mean, sorry, I rotated it to project north just to make it easier for you guys to model. Put in some levels. But yeah, that's pretty much the site set up. I'll leave this recording here for now, and probably pick up from here again, just putting in rotating to Actually, no, I'll do rotating to true north now because that's just part of the setup. Um, so the way I go about doing that is find a nice straight line on here. You generally want to pick a line or a wall that you know is going to represent one of the axes of the building. Because if you pick a random wall that's going to be on a diagonal, it's not that helpful because, well, then all the rest of your wall's going to be off axis. But a really simple way to do that is you have this rotate to true north tool here. Okay. So this is okay, this is what it thinks true north is. Oh wait, no, this is okay, never mind that. Where is it? That's true north. Keep it on true north, and we're going to hit that tool. Okay, well, this is one way you can do it. It hasn't really given me the option, but I'll just take that, make that parallel line, and just use the rotate tool. It's going to snap to the vertical scene there, but you can always type in your value if you know what the value is, but I'll just do it this way. Yeah, and I mean, that looks pretty good. A little bit off axis. Let's see, I swear there was a better way to do that. Oh, orientation true north? No. No, that's odd. We just rotated true north. Okay, well surely that's what true north looks like. And we don't want project north to look like this. So I drew that detailed line. Ah, sorry guys, I was rotating the true north. I meant to rotate project north. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, the align selected line or plane. This is why I drew that detailed line. So now I can just go in and select this line in here, and it's just going to automatically do that. Yeah, I mean this is one way to do it. I think I would prefer another orientation, so I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise, and there we go. So there you go, that's a little something to think about and play with at this point. Probably do that first save, you know, that's a good idea. I'll make a new folder for federated. Options is always a good one. This 20 backups is like really overkill. Hopefully that doesn't backfire on me. No, I think it should be fine now. Federated model. No, we can do better than that. And I'll just pop the date in here as well. Guys, for date, seems a bit unorthodox, I know, but actually doing the month and then the day first as well. No, it's not because it's the American system or anything. It's it just helps you when you date files. You can sort by month then, as opposed to like if you sort by file name, it's going to give you the days in first order. So you'd have like the 29th of September, the 29th of October. It's easier to categorize it by month, so that's why you put the month first usually. So yeah, I'll drop that in there as a project file. I still don't know how some of you guys got that to template file, but it was fixable, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna save that. I'm not gonna save that. Cool. And yeah, no, this is where we'd go in and yeah, no, I think if I keep going on, it's just going to be a bit of waffle, really. Actually, you know what? I will waffle a little bit. Here we go. Here's a section. As you may have noticed, not much going on in level 1 there. That's because if we go into the section, we'll see that our levels are probably way down at sea level or something. Or not even on here. Oh yeah, so yeah, they're kind of hanging out by the project base point by default, which is on because the elevation is built into the point cloud, but not to. Oh yeah, so the elevation is built into the point cloud, but not into the DWG file, and so it's just on 0, 0, but 0, 0 for the point cloud is going to be at sea level. But yeah, no, so I mean, what you can actually do is pretty straightforward. You're just going to drop these up here. And yeah, this is when you use the point cloud to let's get another section. No, we moved those levels over here. So yeah, there they are. yeah, so obviously you can't see levels in plan because they're on the same plane. Um, but yeah, no, Revit is always going to keep you on your toes. But when you come into problems like these, you just kind of have to pragmatically work through what it could be, um, and you should be able to solve the problems. Um, yeah, no, I'll probably stop this off here and pick up again with linking in Revit files, which is actually going to be really similar to linking in point clouds anyway. So hey, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to keep trying to put out more content like this, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys. I know I waffle on a little bit, but most of the time I'm just thinking to myself, trying to work out these things as well.